Hey, what's up, guys? You're watching Just Bones 95, back in for another Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home unboxing and review. So, in the last video I uploaded, we did the Green Goblin. As you can see here, that figure was pretty cool. Check out that review to see the goods and the bads. So now we finally got our hands on Spider-Man from No Way Home. So far out of the set of No Way Home figures, we have Goblin. Now this Spidey, my Andrew Garfield Spidey, has yet to arrive at BBTS. I don't know why they're a little bit behind on getting these figures. It seems like these figures were out for a while before I ever got them, but that's fine. Trying to think. I don't believe I have them nearby. We also did the review on Sandman and MJ from the same series. You guys can check out the videos of those being unboxed, either over on the side or just go to the channel. But okay, so let's get into it. So here we go with this pretty standard, very boxy window packaging that Marvel Legends has finally come back to. I like being able to see the figure. Like, the whole closed box thing without the figure there for a while was a little weird. Goblin did come in one of those style boxes, but the picture was actually good. Now, I've seen a few Spider-Mans where, like, it was a really edited picture, so you didn't know if the figure necessarily looked like that. So we have the same packaging as the other from Sandman and MJ. These all use the same background, and then they just changed the font here, so it is known as the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. If we go to the back here, we have the same picture of the three, and it seems like so far he has had one of the smaller descriptions out of all of them. And we just get our friendly neighborhood hero swings in to help his fellow Spideys in his iconic suit, which is pretty cool. As far as the suit goes, now looking at him, as far as Holland's suit, this suit looks really good on camera. The figure with this suit, I don't like. It has a weird ab crunch, and I don't know. I just feel like they did something kind of wrong with that figure when they made it. Maybe they'll make a new version of it. And I'm talking about just a Hasbro alone. There's some other companies that have a really good one. Amazing Spider. Garfield suit's probably my favorite. I really like the bigger eyes. But the cool thing about Tobey's suit, the spider logo is a really nice logo for one, and then the silver webbing has always been really cool. So I'm going to unbox this guy and let's take a look at it and see how nice or terrible it is. So here we are out of the box, guys, and right off the bat I noticed that there's some things I don't like, and then there's some things that I do really like, but then there's something I noticed that, like, mine doesn't have that every other one's issue has. So everyone has complained about the silver webbing not continuing up the suit, or like it would just, I don't know, be really messed up and just randomly stop, and like they wouldn't get good coverage or something on silver paint. Mine, maybe a tad on the arm, but not really. The paint on this looks really good. So the only two things, I'm like, well, let's continue to show you the guys. So yeah, that's really the only two things. If we come to the front of the figure here, we see this really nice, yeah, I guess that's like a matte black Spider-Man logo on the chest piece here. The silver webbing, silver outlining the red here. It does have some texture behind here, sculpted, and in this nice blue, really dark blue. It's not a metallic or anything, I don't think. The bottom of the boots are flat. The webbing continues all the way down to the boots. It should. As far as articulation goes, we do have wrist able to 360 in and out. I don't know the joints names and stuff, but we do have double jointed elbows, which this figure, it seems like the elbows does move in both positions pretty freely If I go to the other side, it is not. Like I mentioned in several of my Hasbro videos, it seems like only one joint will move pretty good, and then the other one will need lubed up a bit before it'll ever really move. So you have to like hold it really tight right here. And yeah, it feels like it's gonna break. So that's definitely gotta be, probably gonna give it the hot water treatment, maybe some Dawn dish soap down in there. As far as the head goes, full 360. He can look down a pretty good bit. He can look up a lot. Pretty decent side to side. I feel like it's like a pretty normal amount of side to side. Maybe you could have a tad more. Ab crunch, it's a little hindered to get some pretty good side to side. Get a pretty good backwards. Forward at the top's not a lot, but then you do get more if you do the lower ab section, and then this brings up a point. So mine is starting to wear there already. But then the back you get a little bit of gap, but at least the logo like continues on. It doesn't look super weird. You can go back a ridiculous amount. That's probably why his back hurts. The shoulders do have the butterflies. They go out a little, they go in a little. It almost wouldn't even make a difference if it didn't have them. The butterfly joints on this are hindered pretty bad. The bicep swivels. Now they did do an oddly good on the shoulders. Why is it cut different? For whatever reason, this side seems to go up way higher than this side. So that's a little weird. Okay, let's get into some of the dislikes. So this hand is weird to me. Like, it's cool that they included a dynamic hand. Like, so is he just looking at something he's holding? I'm assuming it's meant to be kind of a wall crawling hand, but it's really not. I feel like it's not dynamic enough to be a wall crawling hand. And then we got a fist on this side, so he can kind of hold something and do the boom. Like, it'd be cool pose like that. We do get web shooter hands. Paint apps and stuff on these are good. These are really standard web shooter hands. We get them for both sides. The only downfall is we didn't get any kind of webs like the Mafex figures or something would come with. The Mafex figures are more. But, I mean, I feel like, I don't know. If you're going to include web shooter hands, I feel like you should include webs. Now, the only other weird thing I noticed is the neck. You notice it's almost like a soft bit here. Like, you can pop the head off pretty easily, but then it looks like the neck would also pop off. And the reason I don't know if they made that just so it would have a seam to represent how like his suit's made with the mask like tucking in under it or whatever, or if they originally decided they were going to have an alternate neck with this guy, which brings up my other dislike. They should have had another neck for using this head that comes on it right out of the box, to where the mask stopped like halfway and then showed some neck, instead of the mask just going up and stopping like under his hair or chin or whatever. So now the only thing I've noticed now is another dislike, is I've yet to pop this head on. Okay, so that's extremely hard to put on, but I don't know, once is the coloring, it seems a little different. I don't think the head's all the way on there right now, so if it looks a little funky, that's probably why. I don't know. Yeah, some soap could definitely help this guy. It just seems like it snaps in weird. We get a huge range of motion through the back, it looks like, or looking up. Not a ton of side, but a decent amount. The eyes on mine look really good. The sculpt's not bad at all on the eyes. Mine does have more webbing missing. Let's see, does it rub off or is it sealed? Honestly, I think the more we mess with this figure, yeah, the red's probably just gonna, or some of the silver lining's probably gonna rub off of the head, it seems like. So the webbing on the head's not great, but overall, like, the sculpt of the head is really cool. It just needs webbing really bad. And if you order a custom head for these figures, I have seen some aftermarket heads that look really great. And I mean, overall, like, it's not bad. This is one of the better Tobey Maguire Spideys for sure. It's like, we just drop them. But as far as this sculpt goes, I mean, the likeness is pretty good. You can definitely tell that's Tobey. And I may have said Tom Holland a few times in this. I don't know if I've been calling him by the wrong name or not, now that I think about it. If I have, my bad. This was like our original OG Spider-Man that really started the movie Spideys. I mean, yeah, you can get some pretty sick stuff, like you can do like maybe he's getting ready to punch someone on the ground. He's like leaping through the air and just doing like a hand to back kind of thing like this. I don't know. We can get some pretty cool poses with them for sure. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, I don't think it's a bad figure. It's definitely one of the, for the price, it's one of the better Hasbro Tobey Spider-Man we've gotten for sure. And I mean, these together, they look great. So yeah, I think once I take some pictures and include those, they're gonna be cool, and they're gonna look really good on stop motion. And again, guys, you gotta remember, these are $25 figures. They're not Mayfex. They're not Hot Toys. So I don't have that many complaints. Like, I definitely don't just hate the figures. So that gives you a bit of a comparison. And then if we bring in Peter Parker here, this is, of course, Tom Holland Peter Parker. They look good together. The sizing and stuff. It's a really cool little posing setup here. Now the only thing, I feel like they kind of make it, and I don't know, I need to look. If not, let's hope they end up releasing it. Now, seeing these two side by side, I really want the insurance version of Tom Holland from that, with like the brown coat, and then, you know, just a cool like sculpt to put on them. And only thing I've noticed now that I think about it, though, this sculpt I don't think would necessarily work on that look if you had the brown coat and stuff. He looks younger here. I feel like in the movie he's definitely older than what that sculpt looks like, but it's still not bad. I mean, it's a pretty good sculpt overall. So I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. I didn't have a ton that I could talk about on this figure. Do I think you should buy it? Yeah, if you collect Marvel Legends and you don't have one, yeah, go ahead and get it. Maybe if you can get a custom head for it, or someone to touch up the silver paint. Said is just, a lot of it's just not there, but it's really there on the figure. Mine, the body and stuff looks really good, just the head doesn't show it as prominently. If you can get that fixed, this thing will look great. But thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.